What would happen if I only ate 0-calorie food for 2 days? Would I gain weight from the volume of food and chemicals, or would my body shrivel up like an air-fried grape because I had 0 calories? Let's find out. We'll be monitoring my weight, how I feel mentally, and performance inside the gym, which all starts with meal 1. Now I know watching a full day of eating with 0-calorie food sounds about as exciting as Helen Keller going to a concert, but thanks to some companies deciding to make the Frankensteins of food, we have some pretty interesting items, like this 0-calorie peanut butter. Just that alone sounds cancerous. Walden Farms is known for their 0-calorie products, from ranch dressing to caramel dessert dip and even peanut butter. The thing that's filled with plenty of healthy fats and is for the most part good for you, they stripped it all down and threw in tons of chemicals just to get the calories low. For breakfast, we are going to be having the 0-calorie peanut butter and some lettuce to make I don't know what the f I'm making. In my mind, it's a peanut butter and jelly. That's 0 calories. But let's just dive in, get this over with. I mean, it smells literally nothing like peanut butter in the slightest, but it doesn't smell bad. It kind of smells good. So help me God, this better not be good, because I don't want to be eating this every single day. I would die in a week. That's being generous. Ugh, oh, that looks, this is, this is peanut butter? My friend. Oh, dude, oh no. They have not even discovered the types of cancer that this shit would give you. This has more chemicals than a COVID test from Chernobyl. This looks diabolical. Now the question is this meal actually 0 calories? And sorta. I'll explain. Let me just get this first bite down. It's always the hardest. In my mind, this is just a peanut butter chip, which don't even exist, so let's just give it a go. Oh god, oh god, oh no, I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up, I'm gonna throw up, I'm gonna throw up. I swear on my mother's life, that is the worst thing I've ever put in my f***ing mouth. That needs to be banned. As atrocious as this meal is, let me break it down. As we know, the Walden Farms products have 0 calories on the label. Most of the time, these items are going to be anywhere from 0 to 4 calories, but if they're under 5, they're legally allowed to label it as 0. For example, Splenda has 2 calories per packet, and Pam has 2 calories for every 0.33 seconds you spray it. It sounds like a scam, and kinda is, but you don't really feel guilty after having that 0-calorie food, do you? As long as it makes us feel good about ourselves, even though it's probably destroying our bodies. Then on the other hand, there's also the idea of negative calories, which if you've heard that phrase before, you're probably getting scammed again. We'll circle back to that later, because I do want to try and get a few pieces of this down to try and get some food in my belly, because there are a few rules. I can't just not eat at all. I have to eat a minimum of 3 meals per day. However, I could also eat however much I desire of these foods, since they are 0 calories. Any 0-calorie food or beverage is on the table, including diet sodas, which ironically is part of our next meal. Now these I am genuinely excited for. They look really good, and I think it's a very smart play. Most of my ideas are, well, not safe enough to leave my own head. It's between me and my therapist only, but this one I thought was very genius. I bought a popsicle tray for under $12 on Amazon, and then I used 0-calorie sodas to make 0-calorie popsicles. I mean, come on, that's smart. That's really smart. Please, I need validation. It's smart, right? We have 2 flavors. We have Diet Orange and then Diet Cream Soda. Good thing about this is you can kind of make it whatever you want. Any 0-calorie drink you find, you could turn it into a popsicle. I used 2 cans of soda and got 10 popsicles out of it, which means I could have 10 popsicles for 0 calories, which is a lot of food. Hopefully these could keep me a little bit full though, because the peanut butter lettuce, it's not doing a good job. It's been about 2 hours since I had it, and I think my best strategy right now is to push these meals as far apart as possible. Or as popsicle. as far apart as popsicle. Because I have popsicles. 10 of them. For 0 calories. Let's see how they are. I mean, they should taste like orange soda and cream soda. I'm going to censor that as I do that. Maybe that would make it worse if I do censor it, because then it leaves it up to the imagination. I don't know what I'm going to do for that. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to show myself eating these popsicles. I'm just going to time-lapse it while I get some work done. I have to beat these allegations. The gay allegations. I am not gay. I'm a little gay. I gotta be honest. I've been sucking on these things for like 15 minutes now. They're just not finishing. My mouth is ice cold. And it's really keeping me busy. I mean, I feel like I just got surgery on my mouth. My mouth feels numb. I guess this is perfect for this kind of diet because it's 0 calories and it's going to keep me kind of stimulated for quite a while. The only issue I could really think of so far is how badly are my workouts going to suffer? Your body runs off of calories. It's quite literally your energy. So if I'm depriving myself of those calories, how badly am I going to feel inside the gym? As excited as I am to go to the gym and try this, I'm not, that's sarcasm. It's gonna have to wait until tomorrow. Why is that? Well, clearly I hate myself because I want to feel the full effect of these 0 calorie foods, and I'm not really gonna feel it until tomorrow. Tomorrow, we'll get a better look on how I'm gonna feel inside the gym, but I still want to be somewhat active today, so I want to get some steps in. It is going to be extremely important for me to keep myself and my mouth busy over these next 2 days, so I'm not constantly thinking about food. And something that should help with that are Tic Tacs. But oh, Tic Tacs, you guys are kind of scammers yourself. As you can tell, these are 0 calories, which is great because as a kid, I would pound the ever-living hell out of the orange ones and think that I was doing myself a favor, which clearly didn't work out because I ended up looking like the Michelin Man. I was fat as Now realistically, the Tic Tacs were not the only issue, but they still had calories inside of them, which definitely wasn't helping. Per Tic Tac, there are about 2 calories per mint, which in this box here, there are 100 mints, which means if you eat this entire thing, you are having 200 calories that you did not know were inside it. Like, I don't get it. Couldn't they just label it as 2 calories? I mean, what's so hard about that? Makes no sense. Also, I know I'm supposed to suck on these, but I think I did enough sucking with the popsicles. Now, I mentioned as a kid I'd have the orange ones, but clearly I have the peppermint ones now, which is probably the smarter option. Mint-tasting things are a great tool to use while on a diet because those flavors help curb your cravings. Firstly, that minty flavor will kind of reset your taste, so whatever food you were having prior to that, you probably won't want anymore. Also, the cooling sensation that you get might replace that urge to snack. Plus, after you have something that's minty, a lot of foods don't really taste that great. I mean, think about when you brush your teeth and then you go to have orange juice. It's the same thing. Although I don't know. Sometimes I feel like even if I had a muzzle on me, I'd still find a way to eat. But maybe these are going to help out and curb some cravings. So let's see. The thing is, when it comes to the calories from things like Tic Tacs, the majority of us are going to burn those off just from sitting on the couch and scrolling some TikTok. So they don't really make a difference. However, it is currently 8:26 p.m. and I'm not gonna lie, I am starving right now. The last few hours, I crushed a bunch of 0 calorie drinks and just played some video games, trying to take my mind off of that hunger. Obviously, the benefit of having those drinks and diet soda is that it's going to fill you up and create that space inside your stomach, so you kind of trick your mind into thinking that you're full. But like I said, I am really hungry right now, and I'm kind of panicking because I'm like, I don't really know what to eat. I can't stomach any more Walden Farms. However, I did think of what I believe is another genius meal. When you're dieting, one of the greatest foods that you can have are pickles. They are unbelievably low in calories, ridiculously tasty, and will also give you a good pump because they are filled with sodium. For a straight guy, I really do love pickles. Now, you could just have these alone, but I kind of wanted to spice it up a little bit, literally. So, I made pickle chips, which I gotta be honest, these smell delicious. They actually smell really good, so I'm kind of excited to eat them. They are extremely simple to make as well. All you need to do is take some pickles and dry them out. They need to be drier than a grandma. You need to press all of the liquid out of them, otherwise they will not get crunchy. Then, quickly hit it with some Pam, toss some seasoning on it, and put it in the air fryer. Just like that, you have close to 0 calorie chips. The good thing is too, you can combo this with any 0 calorie sauce, which there are plenty, just like this new sauce that I tried in a recent video. This is pineapple mango, obviously for 0 calories. Let's dig into these chips. I am really proud of myself today. Like, these are creative. This looks really good. That's a great recipe. That's a great call. Man, it's crunchy. That's really good. Good job, Andrew. I'm so proud of myself. I enjoyed that way more than I should have. I'm supposed to be hating my life today. Come on, where's the challenge? This is supposed to be hard. I say that now as if we don't have a whole second day coming. I'm about to be f***ed, aren't I? I know doing this kind of seems silly, but there's a few reasons I really wanted to do this. Firstly, to shine some light on some products that glorify this 0-calorie label when in reality, there are plenty of issues with them. Now that could be all the chemicals inside, or the fact that the 0 calories you see really aren't 0 calories, which I feel a lot of people would not know. I want to expose these products, which, yeah, I'm talking about you f***ing Tic Tacs. Made me fat as a kid. I'm just kidding. But while I was fat as a kid, I did get in pretty solid shape as I've gotten older. However, the last few months, life has taken over and my diet has fallen behind, which normally wouldn't be an issue, but I'm going to another country for the first time in my life this week. It's on an island, so I don't want to look all bloated and chunky on a beach. So, I'm hoping this challenge could be a cheat code, perhaps a way to not consume any calories while still eating a lot of food. Hopefully I am right, but regardless of how it's gonna make me look, I actually started to feel sick as we entered day 2. And unfortunately, it is the morning of day 2. Now, if I sound unhappy, it's because I am. I feel like absolute dog shit and I am unbelievably hungry. I would do anything for a burger right now. I also don't know why, but my head is hurting like crazy. Honestly, could be because I had so much sodium from those pickles last night and then I didn't drink much water afterwards. So I probably just got extremely dehydrated. But I can't lie, those pickles definitely kept me full. Now I just have to do it all over again and get myself through today. Pray for me. Since I am feeling what I believe to be dehydration, it's going to be very important for me to drink lots of water today because I do plan on going to the gym. Now, as we know, one of the most important things for getting a good pump is being hydrated, which I am not. But also, pre-workout. Now, I was gonna use my favorite pre-workout, which, as we know, is Gorilla Mind, but this is 5 calories per scoop. Truthfully, those 5 calories are nothing, but as we know, it's not 0 calories, so I unfortunately cannot have it today. I am gonna use a 0-calorie pre-workout though, and use it for a pre-workout slushie. I am just full of these genius ideas lately, right? I mean, I woke up sick with a headache, but the pickle move was smart. I do think that this is smart though, because keep in mind, I'm not eating anything else. So having that volume from the ice is definitely gonna help me not at least feel hungry through the workout. I'm probably still gonna feel hungry. And breakfast is served. You know, the good thing about this too is that you could really make this with any powder you want. If you have electrolyte powder, if you have any kind of sugar-free powder, you could make a 0-calorie slushie. All you need is ice, water, and a blender. If you don't have those 3 things, I'm sorry. Let's give it a taste test. Well, that's refreshing. It's cold. Honestly, perfect for my headache right now. See, everything works out. Let's finish this slushie and get to the gym. Hopefully, somehow have a decent workout. I don't know how it's gonna go. The good news so far is my weight is already down. Not gonna spoil the amount yet, but we'll check in tomorrow and see what the progress is. Okay, listen, this is a great idea because it's a lot of food. Oh my God. And it makes the pre-workout feel like a lot more volume. But I feel like having pre-workout with nothing on my stomach but a shitload of ice wasn't the best first move. I'm starting to feel nauseous. I don't know what's worse, not eating at all or having food like this. You get a taste, but it's really just a tease. It's all deception. You're just tricking your stomach into thinking that you're full. I gotta get to the gym before I make it a rest day. I'm trying to leave. This is like the worst feeling ever. I'm about to throw up from the pre-workout, but I'm also tingling from the beta-alanine in the pre-workout, and my head is still pounding, and the caffeine in the pre-workout isn't helping that. I just gotta get myself up. I just gotta get going. I'm gonna do it. Let's go. My stomach is growling so loud that I'm scared that people are gonna think I'm grunting. Kinda sucks, because since I have no food in my stomach, this pre-workout is hitting me ridiculously hard, but it's making me sick, so kinda cancels out. Just gotta push through. Typically, pre-workout makes me feel like I could fly, but this time it made me feel like I had the flu. That was one of the worst workouts of my life. And my pump? It was about as real as a dinner date with Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy. That shit was non-existent. I feel sick, I feel hungry, I feel weak, my stomach is growling ridiculously loud. If you are somebody who is following this diet, first off, what the actual f is wrong with you? And second off, it is very important that you hydrate so you can avoid how I'm feeling. I really do think it's the sodium from those pickles last night because I pretty much had the entire jar and there was over 3,000 milligrams of sodium in that. At first, I was feeling really full from the slushie as well, and I really didn't want to eat anything. I thought I would be good. But 10 minutes into my workout, and my god, all that ice must have melted. Which again, that's the issue with most of these foods. When it's something like ice, it's really just gonna create a space in your stomach, but once it fades away, you're gonna be hungry again. You're kind of just tricking your brain temporarily until you get food, which in this case, I'm not getting real food. But now the next issue is recovery. What am I gonna be having after my workout? Because I can't have a protein shake, I can't have protein bars, I can't even have protein. So what am I gonna have? Well, probably the one thing that I am currently missing out on. Right now, the only thing I could really have for recovery is hydration. So I have some water with some Mio inside of it. These are great on diets because they are flavor enhancers and are typically 0 calories per serving. Additionally, this one that I have also has caffeine and vitamins inside of it. So that should help me a little bit with the hunger. But I did take it a little bit further because inside this water, I also put some pink salt. As long as you don't overdo it and spam this shit with salt, this will help you with hydration, which, like I said, I need right now. So cheers, another 0 calorie drink to fill my stomach. God help me. What a great post-workout meal. Hopefully this at least ties me over until dinner, which for dinner, we have more Walden Farms. That should be really exciting. Despite how sick I was, having that post-workout drink did make me feel better, which is crazy because just a few hours earlier, I was genuinely considering just calling the video. I mean, does that look like the face of a man who's ready for an eating challenge? Regardless, since I felt better after hydrating, it really shows that even though that meal was low in calories, there's other things to watch out for, like the sodium. Fortunately, things like diet sodas do contribute to your hydration, which, like yesterday, I had tons of, all leading up to my final meal. Which I told you, Walden Farms is making a comeback. However, it's getting joined by something else. I was so fond of my slushie earlier, I decided to take a 0 calorie tea, put some 0 calorie Crystal Light in it, and make another slushie. This is a 0 calorie blue raspberry slushie. And I mean, my god, this thing looks absolutely delicious, it's very voluminous. This is gonna keep me full. I'm excited to try this, like genuinely. And it's funny because it's 0 calories. Like, why would I be excited to eat something that's 0 calories? Let's see. It's so cold. That is fire, man. Come on. Again, this isn't gonna really make me full. It's gonna give me the illusion that I'm full, but it should get me through the night. I'll probably use it to erase the taste of this Walden Farms that I'm about to have. To top that off, we have some celery sticks and some 0 calorie ranch. Celery and ranch, what a great combination, but celery and chemicals, that's not so much. So I'm assuming that this is gonna taste just as bad as the other ones. Now, celery is a food that falls under the category of what most people believe to be negative calories. I mentioned earlier that that phrase is pretty much a scam, and it is. I'll explain that after I try this, who knows what this is, to be honest. Texturally, it's pretty nice though. The other ones were awful, but this kind of looks like ranch. What does it smell like? I shouldn't have sniffed it. I shouldn't have fucking sniffed it. That's kind of doable, to be honest. I mean, each bite makes me nauseous, but it's doable. It just has such a chemical taste. It tastes so fake. Could you imagine? I have barely eaten the last 2 days, and at that, it's only been 0 calorie foods. and I'm still grossed out by your food. How humiliating is that? Now, I'm sure we've all heard it before, but people say that you burn more calories digesting celery than you even do consuming it. While it is true that you burn calories through digestion, you're not getting rid of every single calorie that you consume. However, the calories are so negligible that they really don't make a difference, because you have to keep in mind, you're also burning calories from doing things like chewing and then obviously digestion. So at most, you're getting probably a few calories, so it really isn't going to impact anything. To be quite honest too, I'm not as hungry as I thought I was going to be. It just goes to show you that if you are dieting, you can make it work by including these kind of things. There are ways to keep yourself full that won't raise the calories. On the flip side though, you don't have to eat like this in order to lose weight, but it hopefully should help, which we're going to check out tomorrow. For now, I'm going to finish off the night eating this blue raspberry ice, and we're going to check that weight tomorrow. Please do not follow the 0-calorie diet. And never, never, ever, ever have Walden Farms. I'm like an anti-ad. Believe it or not, I'm kind of full right now. I was not expecting that on this challenge. I promise, this thing is a cheat code. The only thing that will make this a success though, is if my weight is dropped tomorrow. Otherwise, I wasted my time eating 0-calorie foods for no reason, so I'll see you then. Alright, moment of truth. Let's see if this all worked out. 154.8. That's almost 4 pounds lost in 2 days. I think that's pretty good considering how much I really didn't suffer. The only real downside was how I felt at the start of yesterday. However, that was really nothing compared to how I felt when I ate Red 40 for an entire week. So I recommend checking that video out. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you there.